Nat King Cole was a talented athlete and had a career in semi-professional basketball before finally turning to music full-time. He was also a successful television personality and hosted his own television show in the mid-1950s, and was an avid art collector who had a collection of over hundreds of works by artists such as Picasso, Miro, and Matisse. All of this is on the internet. Some of those things are true. I don't think the first one is. But in terms of quotes, Duke Ellington said, "Nat King Cole is one of the greatest jazz pianists and singers of all time." Ella Fitzgerald called him a brilliant musician, a true innovator, and that his music will live on forever. Sammy Davis Jr. said Nat King Cole had the most unique and wonderful voice, and when he sang a song, it became his. One of the most popular and well-known things about Nat King Cole is his smooth, mellowy singing voice, which many describe as one of the greatest in the history of popular music. His rich baritone vocals and elegant piano playing made him a beloved and a successful musician, and his timeless songs will continue to be cherished by audiences around the world. Nat King Cole's music has influenced countless musicians and continues to be celebrated for its beauty, sophistication, and enduring appeal. It was on this St. Patrick's Day in jazz, on March 17, 1919, that Nat King Cole was born. Nathaniel Adams Cole was born on this day in jazz, March 17th, in Montgomery, Alabama. But his family moved to Chicago when he was still just a child. His father was a Baptist minister and his mother a church organist. Nat was the second of 4 boys, with an older brother, Eddie, and a younger half-sister, Evelyn. Growing up in Chicago, Cole was exposed to a wide variety of music, including gospel, blues, and jazz. He learned to play the piano at a very early age and started performing publicly as a teenager. According to legend, this is the first of many, he was performing in a club one night, and after a particularly impressive piano solo, a patron shouted out, "You're a king, Cole!" And the name stuck, and Cole began to be billed as Nat King Cole on his recordings and in his performances. In 1937, at the age of 18, he joined a jazz band led by his brother Eddie, which was called Eddie Cole's Swingsters. In this group, this is where Cole met and married his first wife, Nadine Robinson, and ended up settling in Los Angeles. It was here in LA that Cole formed his own band, the King Cole Swingsters, reminiscent of the Eddie Cole Swingsters. It was also here that he found and hired bassist Wesley Prince and guitarist Oscar Moore, ultimately those that became the King Cole Trio. I have seen reference to the fact that Eddie did remain on to play bass with Nat until he was found and hired Wesley Prince. It's possible Eddie did first play in the King Cole Swingsters, but I haven't found any claims that he was actually part of the King Trio. So, caveat emptor, it's the internet. The group initially played in small clubs and cafes around Los Angeles where they built a very loyal following. And in 1940, they signed a record contract with Capitol Records and actually began to start to see national success. It was during this time the trio recorded some of their most famous and enduring songs like Straighten Up and Fly Right, Route 66, and Sweet Lorraine. There is more folklore around another item with Sweet Lorraine and another drunken patron in another club where he demanded that Nat sing a song, a particular song. But Nat didn't know the song requested and sang Sweet Lorraine instead. He delivered the song so well that people demanded more vocals from him. Nat said this was completely untrue, but it sounded like such a good story that even he wasn't going to argue against it. Cole's smooth, mellow singing voice and his elegant piano playing quickly made him one of the most popular and successful musicians of this era. He had numerous hits during the 50s and the 60s, including Nature Boy, Mona Lisa, Unforgettable, and again, Route 66. Cole was also a popular television personality, hosting his own variety show, The Nat King Cole Show, from 1956 to 1957. It was one of the first television shows to be hosted by an African American, and was a groundbreaking moment in the history of television. It featured musical performance by Nat King Cole, his guest, as well as comedy sketches and other variety show elements. Despite this being culturally very significant, the show was really not a commercial success, and it was canceled after the first season. However, it was huge in that it paved the way for other African-American performers and helped to break down the barriers of racial segregation in the entertainment industry. It was in 1964, January, that Cole made one of his final television appearances on the Jack Benny program. He was introduced as the best friend a song ever had, and he sang When I Fall in Love. Cole continued to perform and record through the 1960s, but his health began to decline in the early part of the decade. Cole had one of his last major hits in 1963 with Those Lazy, Hazy, Crazy Days of Summer, which reached number 6 on the pop charts. Cole was a heavy smoker and was diagnosed with lung cancer in 1964, and despite undergoing treatment, the cancer spread, and he died the following year at the age of 45. In 1991, a 27 LP set, the complete Capitol recordings of Nat King Cole Trio, was released, comprising 349 of his songs. In that same year, his daughter Natalie Cole recorded a new vocal track mixed with her father's 1961 recording of Unforgettable. The song and the album won 7 Grammy Awards in 1992 for Best Album and Best Song, 47 years after his death. Today, Nat King Cole is remembered as one of the most influential and beloved musicians of the 20th century, known for his smooth vocals, elegant piano playing, and an enduring contribution to the American songbook.